first off, thank you for coming. Didn't quite expect this to turn out. I'm Stephen Hughes of Overworld Press. I'm here to talk a bit about a role-playing game setting I've been working on for the past 3-4 years. Hands up, how many of you are familiar with the term diesel punk? Okay, good 50-50. For those not that familiar, think like Indiana Jones or the movie Sky Captain or Tomorrow, more of like a, because you've got steampunk like H.G. Wells, Jules Verne. Think more of that than like more 1930s, 1940s, so like World War II sort of aesthetics, but more like retro sci-fi. That's basically set I'm working on like a diesel punk setting in a frontier sort of world called Aleyska. That is the old Russian name for Alaska, and sort of partially to like muddy the waters, because there's a few terms like ancient terrors and stuff, so everything's not quite clear-cut setting. So I've been working on getting the main book out, the Savage Worlds system. Hopefully have the book out next year. I do have the adventure setting primer out already. I do quite regularly post my blogs, ideas and stuff I have for the setting. You've probably seen it on social media or on the ExiliCon forums. Any questions? Right. Okay. So just going background for the setting then. The basic idea is, as I say, it's a frontier setting. It's inspired by northwest Canada, so you've got remote areas. The only way you really get about is by aircraft, which plays a huge role in the setting. And the setting has also recently seen a big major conflict about 10 years previously. So a lot of people who are veterans before, a lot of like ex-military planes on the market and stuff. We've also, Aleyska's got its own problems with these sort of werewolf like beasts called wolvers. They're not like the traditional werewolves, in the sense if they bite you, you don't turn into a werewolf. Likewise, they only have one form, this sort of wolf man-like sort of beast. Maybe a major problem. Previously, they were basically less of a threat previously after military efforts were focused on basically getting the numbers under control. For a while, they were thought to be practically a non-existent threat. It wasn't until the major conflicts resulted in soldiers being deployed elsewhere and the wolves weren't being kept in check. They were able to regain a lot of territory. And that's one part of this setting. We've also got Sky Pirates who take advantage of the Christians broke down order as a very much frontier with the Commonwealth nations that are interested in Alaska. I was there as a colony, so unfortunately busy elsewhere, dealing with aftermath of the great conflict, which is there. It's also dealing with localised conflicts elsewhere. And so it is an aim to devote as much resources into keeping the wars in check, hence they become a major problem. The Sky Pirates, as I said, become a major problem as well, because obviously so much resources go around, not much cover everything. Through like local they can only do so much. Likewise with the rest of the world, as they Commonwealth, one of the big nations, done reasonably well at war, but it has its own problems. The other nation that did quite well is known as the Austrian Confederation, a semi-German militaristic sort of nation. Other nations involved the Taylor Free State, which lost a lot of territory in the war, and a lot of its territory is occupied by the Austrian Confederation. In addition, one of the old major powers was the Holy Roman Empire. That suffered a revolt from a order of great machines, so very technologically focused, almost to the point of being religiously focused on technology. similar in some steps to contemporaries from 40k. People are familiar with those. But they believe in logic, machines, and their view is everyone's a cog inside the machine. And that's how they structured their society. It goes to the point where basically they've even probing logic to how their country's laid out, even goes to as far as basically laying out towns and cities like a square pattern, straightening roads, rails, rather than it as a mountain way, rather than having the railway line go around that. They just don't the town straight through it, so the line's perfectly straight. They've come considered as a threat, and no one's quite sure what their true motives are. They are very interested in previous projects the old empire had going. On the flip side, you've got other remnants of the old empire, the Union, Southern Republics, a bit like the Balkans, very splintered, only really united in their common paranoia of the order of the machine, worried about getting subsumed by that country. So the tale of free state. As an arbiter, choice occupied, they're very keen on basically regaining their independence. So the Archon Confederation's very much interested in keeping hold of what it's got, very squared up for a possible conflict in the future with the Commonwealth. As I said, Commonwealth, the possible Cold War going on for the Archon Confederation, trying to keep hold of this and hold it to Aleyska and elsewhere. Yes?
How heavily does Diesel Punk feature sort of like, not art style, but sort of narratively, like what kind of technology do they have that's not common in other similar universes and things like that?
Right. Well, as I said, we've got, obviously internal combustion engines really starts off with the Donald's sort of plain designs we don't see in our world that common. If you're familiar with the old video game, for instance, like this National style, fully customised aircraft, more extreme, basically, sort of like weird, you could almost describe it as weird science. So you've got this Christian sort of, given an electric charge, they function a little bit like batteries, for all intents and purposes, and there's been occasional space ground foes, mundane stuff like portable power pack. Up to a point, the other extreme is airships, because you've got normal Zeppelins, traditional gas-backed sort of step Zeppelins. You've also got more heavy armoured airships and sky ships that sort of use the crystals, generate electricity, this gas, responds to electrically charged, generates lift. So it's more electrically powered sort of signal. It uses obviously engines, diesel, to provide internal generators to provide the electricity. Likewise, electricity, more electricity is, more lift there is, lower the electricity, lower the lift. And on these civilian models, usually it's one big gas tank, a couple of wires running through it. And that's it. Obviously, military one, they need to have redundancy in mind, so they have smaller gas cells and like electrical circuits in parallel. So if one gets taken out, it doesn't take out a whole lot. So obviously, from the Great War, military thinking still dominates against technology and industry versus society. Any other questions? This is it. I post weekly on the blog. So otherworldpress.com, getting my post on Facebook. I do post quite regularly, at least once a week. Various ideas, ventures, settings, locations, seeing NPCs, so Subsource system, quite popular. Hoping to have the main book out next year. As I said, Setting Crime are out already, Adventure already published. You can find those on RPGnow.com, drive through RPG. Yes, that's it. The only delay really getting the main book out, seeing the artwork done. I do have some samples of the artwork that's hoping to be in the final book once it's done on the stand in the Merchant's Quarter, along with a copy of Setting Crime, a copy of Adventure, book of short stories, mechanics can tell us help bring the setting to life. They also do have copies of the Satchel rulebook. And thank you all for coming, thank you for listening, and thank you for your questions.